When you look at the treasury bills of the United States and you compare them to the rates that the Federal Reserve provides, they're pretty much very close to one another because the United States government often borrows from the Federal Reserve as well. So if you look at the 1997, the US treasury bills were at almost 7% interest rates. Well, you could borrow money in Japan at 0.5% interest rate. That seems like the best business model somebody can create. You don't have to build anything. You don't have to build a business. And that created a very strange economic glitch in the entire global economy. It doesn't sound real, but in reality, you could literally just go to Japan and borrow money at 0.5% interest rate and simply give it to the United States government, and the US government will provide you with 5 to 7% rate of return on your treasury bills. Because on one side, you have the United States that always wants to borrow extra money to start wars, build infrastructure, grow the military industrial complex. On the other side, you have the Japanese economy for some reason that have 0% interest rate. So the Japanese companies in Japan had a very strange choice to make back in 1990s and early 2000s and even in 2010s. They're like, what do we do with our business? On one side, our economy is stagnating. On the other side, we want to make money. So they came up with a very brilliant plan. So you have a pension fund, for example, in Japan. How does a pension fund make money? Usually, pension funds are required to invest in the safest investments possible because you're a pension fund and you have to keep providing pensions to the people of your country. Especially when you are in Japan. You can't suddenly say to the Japanese people who've been paying taxes their entire lives suddenly that, you know what, we don't have the money, we lost your money. So they have to invest that money in a very safe investment. And now they could be borrowing money from the Bank of Japan at 0.5% interest rate, and then they will take the exact same money